I'll tell you what, Alluring Alexis is a very difficult character to farm for. I have been scourging across the lands to try to find you guys 3 more decks to farm against Alluring Alexis. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 4 different farm decks to farm this character. If none of these decks do work out for you for whatever reason, watch the entire video because I'm going to be suggesting some replacements on some of these decks, because all 4 of these decks that I'm going to be using are pretty expensive when it comes to building them. There's no really good guaranteed free-to-play farm deck that I can currently find right now for Alluring Alexis, so most of these decks are very pay to play in some sense. But like I said, I'm going to give some suggestions of what cards you can replace and all that good stuff right there. What's up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links farm video. And today I'm going to show you guys 4 different farm decks for Alluring Alexis. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to be talking about my previous farm deck that I made a whole video on. I'm going to be showcasing a Silent Magician farm deck. I'm going to be showcasing a Cloudian farm deck, and last but not least, I'm going to be showing a Buster Blader farm deck. So if you want to skip to any of the segments in this video, go to the description down below. I'll put timestamps for all 4 of the different decks and all that good stuff right here. And without further ado, let's get into it. Like, subscribe, join as a YouTube member today, all that good stuff. But of course, you can wait to like, subscribe, and join as a YouTube member until you watch the entire video. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Before I get into all the farm decks in today's video, if you see a card that I have that you don't have and you want to know how to obtain that card, what I would recommend for you guys to go to is the Duel Studio. Once you go to the Duel Studio, you're going to want to go all the way down to the card catalog and literally just search up any of the cards that I have that you don't have into the text search right here. Once you do, just click on the card, click on the how to obtain button. It'll show you how to get the card. I'll put all the deck lists in the description down below so you can research and just the name properly and all that good stuff right there. First farm deck I'm going to be showing you guys is my Winged Dragon Raw Golden Ladybug deck. Now, I'm not going to go into completely in-depth on how to use this deck, because I made an entire different video on how to use this farm deck correctly. Go check it out on the top right corner over here. But I gotta say one thing. I did add this card called Pot of Benevolence into the deck because Alexis has a card that I'm going to be talking about many times during this video. She has a trap card called Shield Type A. I'll pop it up on the screen right now. And that card is able to negate one of your spell cards. And that's an issue because if she negates one of your combo cards for the duel, you cannot successfully complete the farm. So that's why I'm recommending you guys to add this card, Pot of Benevolence. A couple reasons why this card is very good is that, one, you're going to be using this card to bait out Alexis. If Alexis has around 2 trap cards face down on her side of the field, you're going to want to activate Pot of Benevolence to bait her to use her Shield Type A in order to negate this card's effect. That's what you want to happen, because you just want to trick the AI to negate that effect. Second of all, if she does not have Shield Type A face down in defense, or not face down in her back row, you can use this card to shuffle back cards from her graveyard into her deck, so therefore you can stop her from decking out. Because another problem with Alexis in this game is that she just runs through her deck like nobody's business. Like, she just flies and tries to get rid of much cards as she can to go into the ritual summon combos. So if she does not negate your Pot of Benevolence, you can shuffle 2 cards back into her deck to get that dub right there. Like I said, watch my entire video on how to use this farm deck correctly. I show a duel replay and all that good stuff right there, and give you guys some suggestions on how to replace your cards if you don't have some of the cards for this farm deck. Now let's go move on to the next one. Next farm deck I'm going to be talking about is a suggestion from somebody called Seminole Zachary. You can check his YouTube channel in the description down below, and sorry if I mispronounced your first name. But anyways, though, yesterday he DM'd me recommending me to try out Silent Magician for basically farming against Alexis. And this farm deck does work, but I have made a couple changes. So I'll pop up his original deck list on the screen right now, and it's a little bit different version of what I got. So if you want to try that version out, go ahead. But my version is going to be Rock and Restart, so that we can open up and try to get Silent Magician out as fast as we can. Because the objective of this deck is just to get Silent Magician out as immediately as you can, so that you can negate Alexis's ritual spell so she can't summon into any ritual cards. So that's why we're rocking Restart and cards like Sangan, because I'm using Sangan to search out for either Silent Magician or Gravekeeper's Recruiter. If you don't have Sangan, I'd honestly just recommend just running any spellcaster that you like. Maybe run Blue Boy and tech in a couple spellbook cards in this deck. They kind of thin out your deck. You could probably run like 3 copies of Blue Boy and like 3 copies of, I don't know, Spellbooks of Secrets, so you can thin your deck out and try to get your to the least amount of cards in your deck before Alexis does. You could try that, but I'm rocking Sangan for the searchability factor of it and all that good stuff in case my restart does fail. This deck is alright. There has been a few troubles of mine, but I was able to get a K score along with the bonus score from this event, so that's pretty good. And yeah, let's go into a duel replay and kind of just go into it and show you guys how to properly use this deck. So let's go switch to that real quick. So in this duel with using the Silent Magician farm, I went second, activated Restart because I did not have an opportunity to summon into Silent Magician, and there we go. We got a Gravekeeper's Recruiter and Silent Magician ready to go, which is pretty awesome. So what I do right right here is that I'm going to go on my turn, summon into my Gravekeeper's Recruiter, send it to the graveyard, and special summon my Silent Magician, and then I get to add a Gravekeeper's Recruiter from my deck to my hand, do its effect. And yeah, from here, I just kind of attack. Reason why I recommend you guys to attack into Alexis's monsters because you do not want to deal with Cyber Gymnast, because this card, once per turn, you can discard one card, target a face of attack position monster your opponent controls, and destroy a target. Super annoying card right there. Another reason why, like, dude, this farm event is very difficult to farm against, man. That's why there's no, like, really good free-to-play deck for this event, because of just how annoying Alexis's cards are. Anyways, though, from here, I think we're pretty good. I basically just kept going through the event just fine, kept negating when I could. Try your best to try to get 2 Silent Magicians out in the field, so you have 2 Silent Magicians to negate multiple Machine Angel rituals, because as you guys can see, sadly, Alexis had a Machine Angel ritual in her hand, and I was not able to get past that. So sadly, she did get a monster on the field, but it wasn't that big of a deal. She does a little bit of a combo stuff, but as long as she doesn't summon Dakini, which I don't think she has, we're good. What I do from here is that I go swing into Silent Burning, and I took the opportunity to play Silent Burning so I can just thin out my deck a little bit more and get into my Good Goblin's Housekeeping a little bit earlier and try to get through this as quick as I can. Also, you can try to use like Silent Burning to stop Alexis from using her shield type A card. I think, or 8 card. I think I did something like that in this farm, because I don't know if you either never top deck into the card or what, but I do remember that I believe that I negated her trap card that just stops your combos. We activate Silent Burning though, add a Magician to our hand, Silent Magician to our hand, go from there. Tribute it up, get 2 Silent Magicians in the field, can't search with Gravekeeper's Recruiter anymore. It's whatever though, but yeah, I just kind of go through this quickly. The only issue with this farm deck that I'm trying to remember is I don't think I had a way to like play around that shield type A 8 card, because that card is just ruins these farms. Like, there are so many annoyances from this farm, if I'm being honest. Anyways, then we activate the Good Goblin's Housekeeping, discard a card, whoop-de-doo. We just keep going on through. I set a Good Goblin's Housekeeping to just finish off this farm as quick as I can. She's going to be activating some of her effects and stuff, but it's all good. Adds a Machine Absolute Ritual, but I got 2 Silent Magicians on the field. She activates that. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to negate it as it is. We're chilling. We don't got to worry about too much right now. Ritual Sanctuary, just shuffle some cards back in there. I don't mind if I do. I'm perfectly fine if you do that. That's okay with me. Summon your Ben 10. I don't care. Yeah, we're going to draw it though. We're going to discard a bunch of cards. And then from here on out, we are pretty good. Negate the Sprite's Blessing. Get rid of that. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Not that big of a deal at all. So luckily in this farm, since I was able to successfully complete it, I did not have to worry about the type 8 shield, or yeah, shield type A 8. For this farm. I didn't have to worry about that at all, which is pretty good. But yeah, if you're having issues with that, rock the Pot of Benevolence card and add it into this deck if you want to. There's definitely room in this deck for that to happen, especially if you're playing Restart. Anyways, though, in the combo, we have 2 Silent Magicians on the field and we have a Gravekeeper's Vassal. What we're going to do is that we're going to activate our Secret Pass of the Treasure. We're going to activate our 2 Union attacks to give our Gravekeeper's Vassal some boost, and just keep in mind that you need at least 3 cards in your hand in order for Silent Magician to both have 2,500 attacks so that you can get your Vassal over 10,000 points of damage on all that stuff right there. But boom, bada, bang, there we go. Successful farm, looking pretty nice. Don't really recommend, or I mean, if you're lucky, this one definitely works out just fine, as you guys can see right here. But the issue is with this deck is that it does not have good ways to play around Alexis's trap cards, but it is an available option if you have the cards for it. So there you go. Let's go move on to the next deck. The next farm deck I'm going to be showing you guys is this Cloudian farm deck from Duel Links Meta's website. Go check out the website, link in the description down below. They got awesome meta decks and farm decks and all that good stuff. And this one was taken exactly from the Duel Links Meta website. So I'm going to go read you guys basically all the combo steps that Duel Links website, or Duel Links Meta, gives us, and then I'll show you guys the replay on how to successfully use this deck. So basically how this farm deck works is that first you're going to want to summon any Cloudian with either Spirit, Barrier, or Sanctuary, the Sky face up on the field. You're going to want to keep summoning Cloudians to serve as a buffer for Cyber Gymnast and Cyber Angel Dakini. If Alexis summons Cyber Gymnast in attack position, you must attack it in order to prevent her constantly from popping your Cloudians, otherwise do not attack. Constantly use Cloudian Acid Cloud to pop background, you need to hit double phase. Aim tap 3 Cloudians on the field before last turn. Pot of Benevolence helps out with that. Note you're going to want to save a copy of Sanctuary of the Sky for your last turn if possible. On last turn, you got to tribute summon all of your Cloudians on the field to summon a Winged Dragon around and use its effect. If Alexis's only monsters are fairy type, you're going to want to set your extra copy of Sanctuary of the Sky face down to disable the current one that's on the field, and then you're going to attack Alexis's weakest attack position monster. Now I'm going to go show you guys a duel replay. I was able to successfully do that in case if you need a visual representation. So this is the first time in a long time that I've used a Cloudian farm, so I did a couple misplays, but I was able to win and get an 8k score nonetheless. What we do first is that we top decked into the, or in our opening hand we had Sanctuary Disguise, so we're going to activate that right away to make sure that we take no damage while we have a fairy-type monster in the field. And then what I did is I summoned Acid Cloud, which was probably not the best plan, because with Cloudians, the only way they're going to get the Cloudian tokens or whatever, or Cloudian counters, or what they're called, fog counters over here, you only can get them for how many different Cloudian monsters are on their field. So I should have summoned Cirrostratus first instead of Acid Cloud, because we're going to be using Acid Cloud to pop Alexis's back row so we can make sure to not deal with any of the back row cards that can ruin our farm. Anyway, so we do get only one counter though, it's whatever. Alexis is going to set a card and pass turn. What I do is that with Fairy Smile, every time you draw a fairy card, you gain 1,000 life points, which is really nice. We're going to summon it into Cirrostratus, give 2 counters, and pop that Gemini Elf right there. If it was a Cyber Gymnast, that would have been more preferred, but it is what it is. And we're just going to kind of go from here. Anyways, though, Alexis does summon a Cyber Gymnast and start popping my cards, which is very annoying. So what I do is I summon my other Cirrostratus, activate its effect since we give it 2 counters, and actually, I did a misplay right there. I did a misplay, another misplay, where I should have removed the counters off of my Cloudian to get rid of Cyber Gymnast. I haven't played Cloudians in a long time, so this is unfamiliar to me. That's what I should have done, though, so it made it a little bit more difficult for me to complete this farm successfully, but it is what it is. We summon it to Cloudian Turbulence, gets 2 counters on itself, pretty good. Sadly, another one of our monsters is getting a pop due to the stinky Alexis, but like I said, it's fine. I was able to successfully farm in this duel. We do get our Cirrostratus, so our third one, give it 2 counters, pop the second Cyber Gymnast, and we don't gotta worry about no stinky Cyber Gymnast no more, which is pretty nice. Next up, though, we're going to be using our Fairy Smile again. We're going to summon our Cloudian Turbulence, so we have a bunch of monsters on the field. Probably shouldn't have done that either, though, because I need to get rid of an Acid Cloud at some point, but eventually Alexis does pop my cards, which is fine. He's going to go into a Cyber Angel Edatin. Goes Cyber Angel Edatin, and then goes for the combo with Benten, and I believe on this turn, Alexis summoned into Dakini, if I remember correctly. Actually, she might have summoned into the Cyber Angel Zoana. That might have actually been the case, because I do remember having to remove one of my field spell cards. Activates the Sprite's Blessing, Tribute Zoana. Nope, she goes into Dakini, which is good, because thanks to that, I can remove my Acid Cloud off the field because I didn't need him anymore. Merciful Machine Angel activates. It is whatever. The Dakini combo plays, adds back a Machine Angel Ritual. Things are just happening left and right. Next up, we activate a Pot of Benevolence, though, so we can kind of stop Alexis from decking out so quickly, because we still need to draw into some other combo cards in order to successfully farm in this. Duel right here, she activates a Machine Angel Ritual, goes into Ben 10. Goes into Ben 10 right there, goes into Edatin. Activate the Dakini's effect. We're just seeing the whole crazy Cyber Angel combo, as you guys can see. Activate Fairy Smile again. I'm just waiting until I top deck it to another Acid Cloud, because once I top deck it to another Acid Cloud, we're good to go. We can just make sure that we have the availability to pop any back row, just in case if Alexis sets any back row cards. Still, she does her whole little combo thing, whoop-de-doo. It's not that big of a deal. We activate Fairy Smile again. We're actually at 10,000 life points. Got a good amount of life points to finish off the OTK, which is pretty good. Activate Zoana's effect. Sadly, I gotta get rid of one of my cards, so I get rid of Sanctuary Disguise. So I got a Sanctuary and Sky in hand. And I still have one more in my deck, which I didn't realize until now, that I probably should have actually got rid of Spirit Barrier, to be honest, but it is what it is. At the end of this duel, I was actually able to get my third copy of Sanctuary Disguise to protect myself from this portion, so that's pretty good. Acid Claw has 3 counters on him, though, so that's really nice. Alexis sets one face down, a trap card over there. Next turn, we're just gonna pop it. We're gonna, yeah, we have a Spirit Barrier, which is nice. We're gonna pop the Shield type A, or 8. So I wish it was A, because A just sounds easier and rolls off the tongue better, not type 8. I don't like the name type 8. I would rather have it type A, to be honest. Anyways, though, Oana's going to play again. We're going to get rid of our Spirit Barrier this time. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing too crazy. So now that Alexis has 0 cards in her deck, now we're going to be able to go for the OTK. Don't worry of the fact that you still have cards in your deck. As long as you have 3 Cloudians on the field, Winged Dragon Ra, and a spare Sanctuary Disguise to get rid of your current Sanctuary Disguise, you're going to be good to go. What you're going to want to do is that, depending on your draw, you know, get that boost of Fairy Smile, tribute off all your monsters to go into the Winged Dragon Ra. Next up, what you're going to want to do is that in case if she literally only has fairy monsters on her side of the field, you're going to want to set down your extra copy of the Sanctuary Disguise into face down position to remove and nullify your Sanctuary Disguise effect. The Sanctuary Disguise works on both players' field. You're going to go attack into Zoana and win the duel right there. Even though I only did 8,000 points of damage, I was still able to get like 9k score from this farm, I believe. So this farm works out pretty well if you have all the cards for it. Last deck I'm going to be showing you guys is a Buster Blader deck, and this one's pretty cool. So I found this one from James Awari's Discord from this guy right here. I'll post his original post on the screen right now, and this farm deck's pretty cool. This one is a Buster Blader one that utilizes Buster Blader to distract and destroy his swordsman to basically nullify all the effects of your opponent. The dude did not show his extra deck or his skill, so I chose Buster Blader, Dragon Destroyer, Swordsman because that was the most obvious to me, and I'm going to be rocking Restart so that we can try to open up and get out our Buster Blader, Dragon Destroyer, Swordsman as soon as possible alongside of a DNA Surgery. Basically what you need is, like, if you can, get DNA Surgery, Destruction Disgorgement, Fusion, and then a Buster Blader, and you're good to go. That's your hope for your opening hands. That's why you're going to want to be rocking cards like Restart, all that good stuff right there. And yeah, I only have one copy of Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, but it doesn't really work out for me. If you don't have Dragon Destroyer Swordsman though, but you do have Buster Blader, or you have Dark Paladin, the one that takes Buster Blader and Dark Magician, I'll post a deck on your screen right now that uses Dark Paladin instead of the Buster Blader, Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. Buster or Dark Paladin works just as fine. You can negate Alexis's spell cards and basically stop her from going for her ritual summons. So that's an option too. Let's get into the replay on how this specific Dragon Destroyer deck worked out for me. So for this farm, I had a pretty good opening hand right here. We go into the normal summon over Buster Whelp to search for a Destruction Swordsman Fusion, and I just did it right away. I did not care about cheesing Alexis, letting her summon a card, and then using DNA Surgery plus Dragon Destroyer Swordsman Fusion to go for a combo. I just summoned into my Dragon Destroyer Swordsman immediately, and pretty much for the rest of this farm, it went pretty smoothly. Activated DNA Surgery to make sure that all of Alexis's cards that she summons are Dragon type, and basically from here on out, it was pretty smooth sailing. I don't think there's any mishaps that I had to deal with throughout this entire farm. So I'm just going to cut till the end of this farm segment and show you guys how to do the final OTK attack. One thing I forgot to mention though is that another issue against Alexis, like I've said multiple times in the other deck tutorials, is that you gotta watch out from that type 8 spell card, or trap card I mean. To bait it out, I actually used my Emblem of Dragon Destroyer to hopefully let Alexis negate it, which I believe she did right here, activated it, and she tried to negate it, and all that good stuff right there. So now that type 8 shield is not here anymore, I can now just wait till my final turn, go with anti-magic arrows, and win the duel. So now let's go cut to the final part of this duel. So Alexis has no more cards in her deck, so this was the final turn where I needed to make my OTK, and I got really lucky and top decked into my Union attack so I can go for the 10,000 points of damage. We first summoned Gravekeeper's Vassal in attack position. We're going to follow up with activating our Secret Pass of the Treasures, and then we're going to follow up with our 2 Union attacks to give our Gravekeeper's Vassal that boost. Then we're going to follow up with a play, go for anti-magic arrows, and win the duel and get 10,000 points of damage and get a successful farm right there. Well, that's going to be it for my ultimate farm guide for Alluring Alexis. Hopefully one of these 4 farm decks was able to help out one of you guys out in today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video and this was helpful for you guys, be sure to go hit the like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can join as a YouTube member today. Click that join button next to the subscribe button so you can join today. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching. I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Peace out, everybody.